As you round this corner, you notice that there's a large portion of bones just stacked up against this wall. Various races, a few orcs, a couple of humanoid, various elves, all shapes and sizes, but they're just piled up. A couple of them appear to be kind of half embedded in the walls.
Oh dearie.
It appears we're not the first travelers to come here.
Well, I found some remains
Well,
before.
maybe it's the curse. Maybe it's the people who made the curse.
Well,
Wait, they're blocking our path. Wait, no, they're not. There's another path there. So which way do you want to go? The bone path or the other way? Straight ahead or turn to the bones?
well, let's split. I dig spit.
No, let's not split. We didn't come down here to split up. This isn't Scooby-Doo.
Well, I think we should explore the side way, because the other one is actually dangerous. Probably the main way and leads to our objective.
Well, we can, but who's to say the bones won't come alive and attack us?
They're just bones, probably hundreds of years old. What damage can they do?
I mean, you did say that about some leaves.
Roll investigation.
Everyone?
Tiffany.
Jeez, Tiff, you're so paranoid.
I'm just being smart.
Well, if that's what being smart is called, I'm kinda lucky that I meant 8.
Yeah, but I know, but I can check things to make sure everything's safe. 15.
Okay, so examining this pile of bones, you do notice that behind them it is a dead end.
Right.
They kind of appear to be like stacked up against that wall and then sort of sloping down towards where you are.
Right, okay, so tell everyone, guys, don't go that way, it's a dead
Just to
end.
you, appear to be fresher.
Okay.
The ones at the back seem to be in various stages of decay. Some of them are actually turning to powder under the weight of the stack of bones that is collated here.
Hell, told ya. Nothing to worry at all.
But like I said, the ones towards the front of where you're standing appear to be reasonably fresh, as in like dead within the past 6 months.
Right, okay, well, they're in a pile, so clearly something happened to them in the same spot, unless something dragged them over here after they all died.
Well,
Oh shit, something's moving in the background!
that's more concerning.
Moving around. Was that a creature lurking behind the wall?
Well, then let's just go the other way, I guess.
Let's...
Ooh, spooky skeleton. Ooh.
Nah, just a subtle
Let's
thread.
just walk the other way.
Yeah, alright.
Sure thing. At this point, Garth is the only one with the light source. Toriel does have a light source, but
Wait, I can...
when she's around Garth, it's kind of non-existent.
Ken, I'll just light a torch on my own because one of my abilities allows me to light campfires and torches. So I guess I may as well light one for myself.
Yeah, sure thing. Do you have a torch?
I don't need a torch. It does it on its own.
Spell is called...
It's a long word.
Prestidigitation.
Yes. I'm pretty sure.
I fucking love that spell. Yeah, sure. So
Why?
Tiffany, makes a little motion with her hand, speaks a few incantations under her breath, and a few lights begin to appear around her, begin to dance around.
Do I have a torch now?
It's not a torch per se, as more a few like mage lights that float around.
Well, probably better.
Hardly better.
You just try to imitate me, lady.
It's alright, I can control gravity at a higher level. You watch your words, mister.
Yeah, alright.
And I can stop time, so be careful what
Children, behave.
children behave.
Yeah,
You don't want to mess with me.
you hear Spit just kind of groan to herself, just kind of can't believe I got myself into this shit.
Can't actually blame her.
Right, so we're set off down the other path.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So, you guys continue further on into the chamber. Reasonably uneventful, if tools will work. You notice that as you're walking, the cavern continues to arc downwards. Around getting to this point, it begins to level off slightly, and as you continue further into the chamber, the walls, you notice now, are getting a lot sharper, and that black viscous liquid that was dripping out of parts of it is becoming a lot more frequent, and the floor seems becoming quite sticky. As you pass another side of bones stacked up in a similar manner, pushed up against these walls.
We're getting close.
So you notice, like, off to the side towards the bones, begins to open up into this very large cavern. This kind of acrid smell hitting your nose.
Oh, it's more bones. Is she not coming? Is Spit not joining us?
Spit's just chilling. Spit's chilling. She's like, what's this? What's this?
Goddamn orcs.
Orcs, man.
Yeah. Well, they're not all that bad. Just that one in particular.
I miss more
She kind of pushes past you. Hey, I think I knew that guy.
God.
I can imagine. Alright. Yeah.
I mean, we've only really got one way to go. Mordok!
Yeah.
Jen, is Mordok back? Just pops in. Mordok.
Made what?
You'll never understand. Only
Murloc.
I will know. Oh yeah, I saw that.
So yeah, so what's going on?
Keep walking forward.
Further into the chamber?
Yeah.
Why'd the skull? The entire
Don't worry about
massive
it.
amount of skulls just stood up and formed a huge skull face.
Just move further in. You notice that now, to the what would be your left technically, but on this would be your right. Sorry, but on this it'd be
Downwards.
south. Yeah.
It's the thing. It's where it's directly under the tree.
Make a intelligence check in order to keep your orientation in relative to the tree.
Ooh, I'm so good at intelligence checks. 11.
11. So you get the sense that you're kind of closer to where the tree would be, but you're not entirely sure what specific direction it is.
Well, even if I'm at a game, there's no really, like, there's one way to go. Let's go there.
Well, up or down?
What, there's an up? Oh, there's an up. Shit.
Is that not clear?
Nah, I thought for a second there was an up, you know. Alright, I'll put it to the party. Where's our great leader Tiffany wanna go? Up or down?
So, looking around this chamber, you notice that to the south, or to your left, the chamber appears to kind of arc upwards, kind of slope upwards, and the trees begin to become sort of rounded again. To your north, you notice that the black tar along the floor is kind of oozing from that direction. The walls around the area slick completely with the substance, and the trees are a lot more jagged in that way. It also kind of arcs slightly down, kind of like a dip, and then back up.
So, where are we going? Where do you wanna go? Oh, great leader.
Why don't we go to the bigger opening? Just because it might lead to the heart of the tree, maybe, I don't know. What is Spit doing? She's freaking out.
Being a jackass.
Can we go through the the bigger one, please?
Up or down?
If not, we'll just turn around and go back.
I mean, the heart is probably more deeper into the... yeah.
But we can't tell which
Well,
one's the deepest.
both sides appear to be deeper.
Both? Alright.
One just goes upwards, one doesn't. One has more blackness, one doesn't. But our great leader said we go north on the map, so we go north on the map.
Alright.
Alright, who's leading?
Spit. I'll lead with my sword.
Tora walks forward, sword up. Spit kind of keeping a distance. You notice that Spit now is getting a little more wary of essentially walking into this cavern of black goo. And you notice that... shit. Yeah, okay, that works. You notice that it's kind of... although you should have a clear line of sight into
Oh, what's that?
this chamber, that because of the amount of goo and tar that's dripping off of the ceilings towards the sides, it's kind of hard to get a... it's kind of hard for the light to scatter into this chamber properly, to illuminate it fully. So you get a very condensed view of this chamber. Directly ahead of you, there seems to be a mass of the walls kind of protruding, wrapping around one another and twisting themselves into what appears to be some sort of throne, upon which there is a humanoid figure locked into this throne. Bits of the branches are kind of grown over and through his skin. very long black hair. His head is kind of draped down forwards, unmoving. Just sitting there.
What's that thing on the floor?
Bits of. Sorry, say again?
What's that thing on the floor?
What's what on the floor?
Next to his hands, in the middle of his hands.
This is a gentleman. These things are like the sharper branches and stuff that go from the wall.
Wait, those are
What's that?
branches?
That's the guy.
Oh, but there's hands next. Oh, they're branches. They're not hands.
The guy? Okay, I approach the guy. I'm like, hello there.
Hello there.
How are you doing on this fine afternoon?
No response.
Did he just move? Twice?
No, I made him bigger.
Oh.
Because you guys thought it was something on the floor.
Right. So he's kind of embedded in those branches or what?
He's embedded in. The walls are protruding from the chamber, yeah?
Right.
Those walls twist and knit themselves into each other, protruding from the floor and the walls into what appears to be some type of throne or chair. In this chair, there's a humanoid with long black hair. His head is down. His hair is draped forwards into his lap. You cannot see his face, you cannot see his chest, you can see his arms and his legs and his general shape of his body. He's sitting on this chair.
Alright.
Parts of the chair have grown around his legs, around his arms. Some of the branches go through his body. And he's just sitting there.
So either his curse backfired or this is, well, a woman's doing.
What?
I mean,
This man hasn't been killed, he has just been, well, cruelly kept here for probably an eternity.
he might have died and the Trymira grew over him.
Yeah.
He could be the heart of the tree.
Gonna go check out the other direction before we try and do something with this guy?
Sure, yeah, that'll be a good idea.
I'll try to figure him out a bit more.
We'll go the other way, Chen, just to see what's there. In case it links to the man or something, or anything like that.
What do you mean the other way?
It was
Second
another
way,
entrance,
in the room
wasn't it?
behind, there's another way. South.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh, okay, that's yeah, that's just
2D.
Garth, do you want to go ahead and roll investigation?
I kind of did. It's a 10. It's a 10.
It's a 10.
Yeah.
It's an elf.
Okay. Well, that's something.
It is an elf.
Damn elves.
I mean, the population of the people here are elves.
Mostly, yeah.
Checking out this chamber, it's hard again for the light to peek through into it, but it's dense with the vines. Like the other vines, you could see through reasonably. Oh god!
Oh, Garth. Garth is getting contorted.
Oh no!
Garth! Oh, Garth. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go mess with more vines on my
So yeah,
own.
these vines are thick. Like it's hard to even see through the first layer.
Like, someone's thighs.
Alright.
Like Spit's legs.
Spit's kind of midway between this. She's kind of watching Garth.
I mean, if he's
She
basically.
has her hand on her blade. She's just kind of looking at Garth and looking back to you guys. Like you can tell that whereas she was flippant before, she's in a very serious mood now. Ever since seeing that enormous mass of bones.
Right.
Alright.
Well, we're not gonna go through the vines. No
If you
way.
won't betray us now, that would suck.
No, well, we
Right.
can see what this head is. Is there something on? What
Can
did
I
what
do a
did
medicine?
Adeline want us to get again? What was it she was after?
Something under the tree, that's all she said.
Right, so this could be the thing she's after.
This guy?
I don't think she wants us to bring bones of a dead elf.
What's on him?
Alright, well, first I gotta check if this man is still alive. Can I do a medicine check to see if he's still, well, alive? Yeah.
Sure.
Alright. Medicine takes... Ah, wisdom. Nice. Alright, judging from my experience, I have a 10. So, yeah.
There is a pulse. It's very faint, but it's consistent, and it's there.
Alright. I suspect if we just rip him out here, he will probably collapse. Alright, I try to wake him up, giving him some, well, smacks. Try to talk to him, screaming at him. Sir, wake up, sir!
So even lightly tapping his head turns without effort. And as you release it, his head kind of raises slightly. Tori and Tiffany, where are you guys? So you guys
We're
moving
going back
back
to Garth.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Alright.
getting sick of this wine stuff. Alright, yeah.
We're going back.
This guy's still alive. Maybe we can help him.
That's what I
So
mean.
yeah, as
We're
you're,
heading
kind of,
towards you.
as you're kind
Here.
of slapping his head around, you notice that it does kind of raise a bit, and the hair kind of falls to the sides, and you see these darkened, grayish black eyeballs
Mm.
with blue irises, blue pupils, staring towards you. He just kind of looks at you.
Hey, you're awake.
Hi, I'm Garth. I'm just a friendly, everyday adventurer.
You're not Garth, I'm Garth.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
His hands kind of begin to tense up and grip into the wood, and you notice a few splinters break off here and there. And as he raises his head, he leans back into the chair, and you can see there's a hole in his chest. Inside, it's black and goopy, and there appears to be this liquid similar to that which adorns the chamber, dripping down his torso, across his legs and off the sides of the chair, and it's pooling on the floor,
Alright.
essentially filling. Inside this hole in his chest, you see his heart.
Oh, the heart!
Don't scream it. Yeah.
It's beating.
And splattering goo, I suppose.
Yes, and with every contraction,
Is it black? Is it a black heart?
more black viscous goo begins to leak out. The heart itself is not black, no. The heart itself is... It almost resembles a tree, like a live tree, with glowing bits of golden light in it.
Alright. We came here to end the curse and end your suffering.
He kind of flicks his hair out of the way now, and you see his hand releases the throne and very shakily breaks through some of the branches which have grown through his skin and snaps them off. They fall to the floor into the goo of a... He strokes his hair to the side, he leans back. You notice now on his face, it's his skin around his face is darkened, and
Stab him in the heart!
black tears kind of dripping from his eyes down the sides of his face, and there's a slight smile on his lips, just unnervingly there as he stares you dead in the eye, unblinking.
Well, there's one thing I gotta know before, well, we finish him off, I guess. Who did
Stab
this
him
to
in the
you?
heart!
I'm not finished! Who did this to you?
He His smile widens. It's now very toothy, and you notice his teeth are jagged and sharp. A few of them are broken.
Oh dear.
I see how it is. Well, then I had this. Well, rest in peace. And then, well, yeah, I just. No, I'm gonna rip the heart out, not impale it. I don't want to damage the probably precious thing. I don't know.
Oh. So Garth reaches forwards, puts his hands around the heart, and it feels warm in your hands, almost reminiscent of Toriel's healing magic. As it does, you feel this surge of energy rush through your hands, and as you pull it from his chest, you hear this.
Farewell, sir. Your suffering has ended.
As his eyes go cold and lifeless, his head drops.
Alright, well, I close his eyes and, well, now I can rip him out and probably embed him kinda properly. I mean, he's still on the ground, so it's probably...
As you're holding this heart, you go to close his eyes, but you notice that his skin is turning to bark.
Oh dear.
So, well, in this case, I just let him become one with the tree. Kinda who already claimed him.
As it does, there's this arcing... Bits of wood begin to crack into place around him. And the throne itself begins to kind of merge into his skin. His hair falls to the floor. This bald form now being absorbed into this chair as the chair is being pulled back into the wall with these resounding...
Oh dear.
Well, alright, well, let's check the other floor. Maybe now that the heart is gone, we can pass there. Kinda in this direction.
Fuck.
What?
Fuck!
Oh, did you delete it? Damn.
No, it's not working.
So that was the man saying that.
Yeah, the man suddenly sweared God for fuck my heart. Oh!
Why does this work? I was supposed to die.
Is there music playing for you guys at the moment?
There's the music playing, yes.
Alright, everyone roll initiative.
Initiative.
I'm gonna fight a chair.
Yes.
Initiative.
Let's fight a chair, shall we?
Alright,
I'll be last as always,
11.
except for the time where I got a highest score.
1d10, alright. Come on! 14, yes, let's go.
The only time I did roll the highest was when I didn't want to fight.
It's your bad.
Alright, give me scores.
9.
11.
14. Don't tell me Spit is gonna boss it out with all of us. I didn't expect her to be that dumb. You're smart enough to run. Our first encounter.
12 is Toriel.
11. 11 is Toriel.
11. What'd you get to play?
Or do this dark
Nice.
elf just rush in? Surprise, guys! We just came by. What asses. That's always the most stupid stuff. When you made your way through the dungeon, through the temple or whatever, through all the hazards, and then
So-
just someone comes up. Oh,
As he's pulled into this throne and the throne is pulled back into the wall, these sharpish tree-like begin to crack and move. And what seemed like hands before are now confirmed to be just that.
ooh.
As this huge, hulking, tree-like entity steps forth from the wall, cracking its way out, flexing its arms, branches strewn off to the left and the right, the occasional leaf which falls to the floor hanging limp. Where its head would be, there are these darkened, blackened eyes, which are seeping a similar blackish goo.
Damn, I'm just at all my regular health points. Yeah, great. And I've already used my super attack, so alright. Guess we have to do this the old-fashioned way.